your gut, because that far away from the Spark building downtown, which we normally broadcast from in the Everlight Solar Studio. Thankfully, not that far away. Yeah. But you had no idea.
Zero idea.
So what level of pit in your stomach were you feeling that maybe you weren't working for ESPN Madison anymore because you just no show to show?
Honestly, I was upset with Alex for not texting me. Like, that might not be fair, but I was like, well, here's the thing. And here's my whole side to this. We have done this show for over a year now. You guys know me. You know that the second I had to change my email for like my email password here at work for like the second time, I just stopped using it. So when you send me emails, and I've ghosted your emails for the last like 6 months, like why all of a sudden would you expect me to know what's in my email now?
That sounds a lot more like a you problem than an us problem.
Well, not if you're trying to tell me where to be. That's a you problem.
Well,
if I don't show up there,
if you are not doing the bare minimum of your job, how is that an us problem?
Because we're a team, Alex, and where I lack,
we're a team. We're only 66% of us do the bare minimum.
I need you to just guide me. Tell me where I need to go. That's all I've ever asked of anybody. My men's curling team, my wife. I was like, don't let me. I'm not trying to plan anything. I'm not trying to like be a part of this.
Nobody asked you to plan anything.
Just tell me to my face where I need to be, and then I will go ahead.
And what did I do today? What did I do today, Matt?
Literally 45 minutes ago, you did that.
844-770-3776.
Do you have someone like this in your life?
No, that's not the question. Whose fault is it that Matt Hamilton didn't show up to the remote today? 844-770-3776. Whose fault it is that Matt Hamilton didn't know there was a remote today? Matt Hamilton or everyone else when everyone else knew there was a remote today? 844-770-3776. Whose fault is it? And that'll be our first Iron Jock poll question. Everyone knew about the remote today except Matt Hamilton. Whose fault is that? Matt Hamilton or everyone else? 844-770-3776. Maybe we need to get on someone from Team Schuster or Team Hamilton's regular life to chime in here too and see if it's how much hand-holding is required.
All of it. I kid you not.
When we play golf, there's a handicap of like, all right, what are you, a 14 or 12? What's your golf?
Let's say 14.
Okay, so like in real life, knowing things, you also have a handicap of like, hey, we got to tell Matt like 15 times before it's actually going to register with Matt that it's going to be a thing.
Not 15, once or twice.
Nobody said this is exclusively an email thing. Everyone in the office knew. I don't know if I had an email. I just knew there was a remote today from talking to people at the office. We were informed, Matt Hamilton.
Well, first of all, Jimmy, when we in the office, you talk about a guy who literally spends his time in the studio for 2 hours. I'm in the office for 45 minutes a day, maybe. So, like, I don't talk to people about what's going on at work. I'm talking to them about what's going on their weekend, what they did, what they're doing. It's not a big deal. So,
but this has been weeks we've known about this, Matt Hamilton.
No, nobody has mentioned this once to me.
I don't know. 844-770-3776. Matt Hamilton taking 0%
this Madison for
personal
kids. I knew it was a thing. I had no idea we were doing a remote at it.
So, Matt, in your perfect world, what exactly do we need to do to make sure that you show up to places, the correct places for a radio show?
I don't know. Last week, we had 5 days where we did a show together. Maybe at one point of those 5 days that we were hanging out, you're like, hey, by the way, we're doing Maple Bluff remote.
But again,
next Monday.
Your excuse is that I don't bother to at all check my emails or check the schedule or check. And my emails don't work. I don't check them, and I didn't get it fixed. You just have to hold my hand. That is your excuse.
I have not had it fixed. I don't know why you all of a sudden expect me to have it fixed.
844-770-3776. Whose fault is it today? Matt Hamilton's or everyone else's? If Jesse Nelson is around or listening, I want him to call in. I need to know the procedure for Mark Tauscher for remotes. I kind of want to know the procedure for Ben Bruss for remotes. I want to know if Matt Hamilton is his own unique animal here. And, Alex, go ahead and chime in now. And I'm not going to say defend yourself because it is not your job to hold Matt Hamilton's hand. You are not his personal assistant. You do not need to put things on Matt Hamilton's schedule.
You do not need to tell me to do the show that you're trying to do for your job.
But also, Matt, I mean, you don't have a good history here. Didn't you inform people as far as when you were going to be out, like the week of? Wasn't that when I was out last 2 weeks ago? Wasn't there a whole thing about you telling Jesse Nelson that you were gone, like 2 days before you were gone?
Well, it was like the weekend. There was a weekend in between. I told him the week before I was leaving on a Thursday.
Okay.
I was going to be gone all week. He's like, get it in the schedule. So the next week rolls around. It's Monday. I said I was leaving Wednesday. And he's like shocked by it. I was like, I told you literally 6 days in advance. This is another one of those situations. You guys are like just misconstruing the situation. If everybody had a coworker that just didn't respond to emails or had a
They'd be
different email,
fired, Matt.
or if they had a different email that they did respond to, because you guys do send me emails and I respond regularly.
Matt.
But why don't you send anything with importance to that email? I just get junk from you guys.
Stop saying everyone else. Everyone else wouldn't have a job. You're like, if everyone else's excuse was like, well, you didn't get me the way that I personally want to be communicated with, not the standard company way to be communicated with. And Matt, your job's not in question. It's just more funny to me that you're just like, how dare you not completely hold my hand? Jesse Nelson, one of the managers here, and
my
obviously
next step
manages.
is saying, if you want me to answer emails, set up my phone. I will hand Alex my phone and go ahead and get it
He's
set up.
so
But
militant
if you,
and like,
if you don't want me to figure it out, if you want me to receive these emails, I should have the email on my
You
phone.
are a giant man.
I'm not your
Apparently.
personal assistant.
Personal assistant?
I don't need to wipe your ass and hold your hand, brother.
No one's asked for that.
Be an
All
adult.
I'm asking for is having, if you're going to
Log
send an
into your
email that
email.
nobody answers, you should expect
you make
nobody
it
to
sound
answer
like
it.
it's a 10-step authentication process. All you got to do is log into your email, it texts you a code, you put the 6 numbers in, and then you're logged in.
I tried, and it didn't work.
You
Alex.
didn't try
I've
hard
done it in
enough.
front of you multiple times, and it hasn't worked. My
We have
question
people-
is why would you keep sending an email to someone who's never responded at that email? That's my big question. It has been 6 months since I've
Because the
responded to that
entire
email.
company doesn't change its procedures for one person just because they won an Olympic gold medal.
Alex, I have another email address, though. If you want to let me know about something, you can send it there. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's bring in Jesse Nelson. Let's see how Matt Hamilton compares to the other Diva stars we have within the company. We already know that you've already trumped Ben Brust as far as the sexiest host, and Mark Tauscher was not part of that competition. So what
Sounds
about
unfair.
now Jesse stepping in here, Matt Hamilton, as far as, I don't know if this is diva behavior, but as a producer of the show, where are we at here with Matt Hamilton?
Well, I'll start with this, guys. We had no idea Tausch was doing his show at a golf outing this morning until he logged on at 8:50.
Okay.
And we said, where are you? He said, I'm at a golf.
Can I share something funny with you, Jesse? I knew that Mark Tauscher was at a golf outing today because he texted me and said, I'm playing golf with our good
Wait, he
friend
texted you?
from Patrick.
He didn't send you an email. He sent you a text, and you responded.
Mark responds to emails, too. He texted me and said, I'm golfing with a good friend, Patrick, from the Flush It or Flush It segment here. I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I knew he was on remote
That's
today.
great. Apparently, he thought that you were Jason and I, Jim. So, that's super. That's good
How
for
is
you.
this different?
Because, Matt,
It's a pattern of behavior, Matt Hamilton.
don't you start to feel a little guilty when everyone knows what's going on except you? Like,
No.
everyone knew that you were at this event today. Everyone knew that you were at this specific location. Every other time when there's vacation around and you don't know who's hosting with you or when you're supposed to be, everyone else has it all under control. Don't you think that maybe if everyone else has everything figured out and you're the only one that is the exception to the rule, that maybe you might want to look at how you're going about things?
Yeah, and I thought about fixing the email, and then I was just like, you know what? Juice ain't worth the squeeze, as Mark Tauscher says. We'll go in blind.
But this entire situation that has been created from it is worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
It's radio content.
This
Now,
is
Jesse,
content, baby.
now the question
It's
is,
content. It's
what
content.
was Mark's reaction? Was there any sort? Was he contrite or was he militant in
he was
his
snarky. He was
you're
snarky.
all wrong?
Yeah, he was snarky. I told you guys I was going to be here. What do you mean? I'm like, no, you didn't, pal. Old boy, you didn't say you were going to be there. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. Well, and then we honor. Tausch just has fake truths that he brings to us all the time. I texted you guys this. Jason will send a screenshot of the interaction with no information whatsoever of where he's going to be. But nope, he told us, because he said so.
All right. So the moral of the story is, if you're a former athlete, you just can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, you win a championship in anything at any kind of professional or amateur level, then sure, you get to do whatever the hell you want. So, Matt, I'm glad you ended up in the right place today. Great job. Hope you have a great show.
Thank you. See, that's the kind of appreciation I'm looking for.
And you know what? Yeah, why don't you take the rest of the week off?
You know what? That is a good manager.
Now Matt here is in full Matt Hamilton mode. I don't know if is it incognito or is it just natural Matt Hamilton when you grow out the beard and you don't look like Matt Hamilton, the curler.
Oh, I grow out the beard because the wife hates the mustache.
Gotcha.
But for some reason, it's okay with the beard. Like the mustache, that's too prickly when I give my wife a kiss. But if there's a full beard, it's okay. That makes no sense.
There's a vibe with the mustache. So
Vibe.
I actually
Awesome.
saw a really funny tweet the other day. Someone tweeted out and said every woman's nightmare is that moment when her husband shaves their face into a mustache and says for a second, maybe I'll just keep this. And then thankfully they either grow the beard back out or clean up the mustache there. But, Matt, you are gone the rest of the week, so really bringing it this week. Where are you?
I will be in South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina to be exact. Mm-hmm. And there's the BMW Charity Pro-Am. It's on the Corn Ferry Golf Tour, and I get to compete in that in the high handicap celebrity division.
Wow, he lives such a tough life.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Just horrible. I feel so bad for him.
I might make some good connections, get some people on the show, make some friends.
Do you have a higher handicap for golf or for, like, showing up to things?
Probably showing up to things.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm much worse at that.
So are you flying?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, so you won't be able to sneak down some linies.
No, unfortunately, I can't sneak down any linies, which would be...
If you could, what linies would you be?
Well, right now, with this heat, I'm trying to stay cool, feel refreshed. It's all about the Liney's Lemon Honey Light. It is delicious. It's only got like 95 calories, or it's under 100 calories, so same as all the other light beers out there, except it's got a little bit of that lemon and honey flavor. So next time you're out in the water and you're looking for something refreshing or even just hanging out where it's hot, I love a Coors Light as much as the next guy, but sometimes it's nice to mix it up and have a little lemon in it. So Leinekugels really, they have flavors for all the moments, though. They've got that, the Northwoods, Wisconsin Amber. They've got the delicious Summer Shandy that's out in the summer, which is pretty unbeatable out in the water. And you can get all these great flavors of Leinekugels wherever you get delicious beers, but you got to be 21 years or older to enjoy.
He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge, 844-770-3776. You can chime in. Who's to blame for Matt Hamilton not knowing about today's remote?
It's not me.
Matt Hamilton or everyone else who knew about the remote. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Jim Rutledge here to tell you about X-Golf Madison, and the most important thing that you need to know is that X-Golf Madison is for everyone. Heck, I golf there. Whether you're a seasoned pro, a new golfer, or in between like me, X-Golf Madison is going to be fun for you. They have a full bar, excellent service, great food, and the most advanced and accurate golf simulators in the world. You can play one of their 50 courses available, take lessons from a PGA pro, hit the driving range, or even join a league. Stop by their East Madison or Middleton location today, or visit them online at xgolfwisconsin.com.
Olson Toon has been customizing both residential and commercial outdoor living spaces since 1997. Matt Hamilton here from ESPN Madison. For over 50 years of combined experience in their management and design teams, Olson Toon has become one of Wisconsin's premier building and landscaping outdoor living firms. Landscaping and maintenance, irrigation, concrete work, pools, and more. If you have an outdoor living need, Olson Toon is here to help. Go to olsontoon.com to get started on your home project today. That's olsontoon.com.
Your next success begins with University of Maryland Global Campus. For more than 75 years, UMGC has been giving working adults the affordable, accredited online education you need to reach the future you want. Because the path to success is different for everyone, we offer more than 125 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, along with personalized support and lifetime career services. Our 100% online and hybrid courses let you learn in the way that fits your schedule. No-cost digital materials replacing most textbooks, affordable tuition, and financial resources make UMGC accessible. You know what it feels like to succeed? We'll help you succeed again. Get started on your education this summer. Online undergraduate courses start June 14th. Programs available in many of today's most in-demand fields, including business, cyber, healthcare, and more. Gain the career-relevant skills you need to reach your goals. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate by Chev.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. That means the best place to look at for a new Bronco, Ford F-150, Ford Edge, Ford Escape, Ford Explorer, or any other Ford, including service on your Ford, is Metro Ford of Madison. Browse their inventory at metrofordofmadison.com.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to madisonmoneyguy.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
When poison happens, Poison Help is here. We're the free 24/7 hotline that answers your poison questions, with expert advice available at no charge. Make the right call in a poison emergency. Call Poison Help. 1-800-222-1222.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors.
If you haven't learned by now, you have to treat Matt like a toddler, then you haven't been paying attention. Now, Matt Hamilton just threw his hands up in, victory right there.
Well, kind of. It was like our listeners even get the gist. And
haven't been paying attention for the past year and a half, 100% everyone else's fault. That's Ryan chiming in there, 844-770-3776. That's the talk and text line. And we are live from Maple Bluff for the Madison for Kids golf outing, raising money for American League of Wisconsin. He's Hamilton. I'm Rutledge. Alex Strofe back at the Everlight Solar Studio. And on the talk and text line, we got some text coming in, right?
Yeah, Kyle in Waupun chimes in. If I had to write Matt's review off of just listening to the show for the last year, I would give Matt below expectations on communication and simple tasks.
That seems about right. We could ask Tom about that and see what the review is.
Yeah, and then Tim in Oregon chimes in and says, "Sorry, Matt, you have to keep up. Now, after my meanness, fire up and rock the show, pal."
Oh, man. That feels like a 50-50 split to me. Because the guy who's just Matt, he's marking below average. You guys should know this, too, and know how to counteract this.
Where's the poll at right now, Alex Strofe? The Iron Jock poll question. I want to make sure I have the most updated results here. Right now I have it at 71% say it's Matt's fault on the Iron Jock poll question. That is not a 50-50.
That is 71% of people being wrong. That's right. I just adjusted it. It's down to 67% with my vote.
There you go. 844-770-3776. You can chime in. Whose fault is it? Emails were sent. There is a schedule that exists as well that is permanently online for events.
Which is linked to the email, right?
No, it's completely accessible.
Linked to the email.
It's not in an email. It is.
No, it's linked. You need to be able to log into your email to look at it.
You can log into anything to be able to look at it. You just log into Microsoft Office. That is different than your email, Matt Hamilton.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You can't just log in and look at.
You can't log in and look at an Excel file? Yes, everyone has access to it.
No, you can't.
It's not the email. It's not on your calendar. It is in a SharePoint.
You have a profile on Microsoft Office.
Right, but Matt, if you have an existing email, it's separate. If you have an existing email address and a password, you'd be able to log into this. That is separate than Outlook on your phone. This is SharePoint. It is different.
No, I know it's different. I can't get into that either. That password switched. Yes.
Who switched the password, Matt Hamilton?
It makes you every 2 months.
But doesn't make it. You have to make the change, Matt Hamilton.
I've had my account for 2.5 years.
It doesn't just change your password, Matt.
Yeah, and then when you go, you're like, okay, now you have to get it a text message, and then you put in the code, and then it says, contact an administrator to reset your email. That's what my phone tells me. I've showed Alex. So I don't know
why are you showing Alex? We have people in the office who literally work for cell phone companies, and we have like 10 IT people that will happily give them 5 minutes of your time.
This is great. This is great
Stop
news.
believing him. He's never shown me this.
Oh, jeez, Alex. Are you kidding me? Did that cold last week just completely fry every last brain cell you had? I've showed you this like 3 times because you've gotten on me about emails before.
Baloney.
Oh, my goodness. You are the world you must live in. What color is the sky?
Green.
Yeah, that tracks.
Oh, man. 844-770-3776. Madden's naming their John Madden football 24 cover athlete today, I believe. Who you picking?
I mean,
Dan Orlovsky, friend of the show, said that
what?
I like Dan Orlovsky, so we're going to call him friend of the show. I like him. He's my friend.
You're a troll. Go on.
Who said that it's someone who's deserving and shouldn't be surprising. So that was the only tip I've seen.
Joe Burrow.
Joe, who do you think it should be? I have no idea who it is, so who do you want it to be?
Ooh, I think this would be a really good year for a running back. I'm going to go Derrick Henry on the cover of Madden this year because he's deserving. I feel like Joe Burrow, it's still too early. So I'll go with Derrick Henry on the cover of Madden. I feel like he'd be a cool cover athlete.
Jalen Hurts?
I mean, quarterbacks, you got to assume it's going to be a quarterback.
He's the runner-up for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no,
a rising star.
Not saying, no one's saying he's not deserving. At least I don't think on this show.
But I want you to chime in 844-770-3776. What Packer athlete, if there was a Packers edition of Madden, what current Packer is on the cover of Madden 24? 844-770-3776. If you get a team-specific, which would be pretty badass, I think people would pay extra for it, but if you get a team-specific Madden cover, Madden edition, what Packer is on the cover? 844-770-3776.
I think it's got to be Jair, doesn't it? Is it like who else? Maybe Aaron Jones?
How quickly you forget about your man crush, Rashawn Gary.
Rashawn Gary was out for most of the season last year. He's not gonna he wasn't even the face of our team last year on defense. 2 years ago, I might have been that. I still love Rashawn Gary. Don't get me wrong, but you ain't getting the Madden cover missing 10+ games of football the year prior. That just ain't gonna happen.
What else you got? You got Jair.
Jair would be a good one. Aaron Jones would be a good one. This year, Jordan Love. He's the guy. He's the one that forced the predecessor out. Not him personally, but he was part of that process that got the predecessor out. He's the new gunslinger in town. So that's going to be an interesting one. That would be a good one for the Packers.
Jordan Love.
He's the face of the team right now. He is. He just is. He's the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, and he was a part of the most, I would argue, the most dramatic moment in Packers history as far as, at least off the field with things that were going on with the quarterback. This was worse than the Brett Favre debacle. This was crazy. And Jordan Love's the guy. So, whether he's the best player on the team or the worst player on the team, he is the guy who is the face of the team. So he might fit the best for a Madden cover.
What about your guy Bakhtiari?
He's out the door next year,
Craig
right?
Karmazin, did you hear this?
Yes, I did hear Craig Karmazin.
Craig Karmazin, and maybe we can find the audio, is basically called for Bakhtiari to be gone. Because if you're not with us, you're against us. Is basically his general thesis on that. We'll get the audio for it. We can play it. But, Matt, what did you think about that idea where the thought was basically Bakhtiari feels like a guy with one foot out the door? The way he talks, the way he talked the offseason, the way he started questions about the training, about being at OTAs. Basically, I'm here so I don't get fined, but not in a fun way like Marshawn Lynch, because he's not fun and cool like Marshawn Lynch. Let's hear from Karmazin.
Immediately, you have a guy who is theoretically your leader, right? Your veteran guy who's been there the longest, saying, I'm going to show up for as many things as I have to get paid, and then I'm not going to come to any of them. That's like one of our leaders in the company saying, I'm going to use all my sick days, even if I'm not sick. Like that. And so what? So that the younger players can hope that one day they could be a star so that they don't have to show up? I mean, how do you build a culture that way? How do you try to instill what you want in your younger players if your veteran leaders are saying, no, not only do I not want to over-deliver, I'm going to do the minimum that I have to and spend the least possible time around the rest of the team to help them.
So I don't know David Bakhtiari's exact quote, but if based on what Craig said, yeah, he shouldn't be on the team. That's not what you want in a leader. That's not why you would want David Bakhtiari on the team this year. You want him showing the young guys how to be a Pro Bowler, not how you can act once you become a Pro Bowler.
How would you think Craig Karmazin would react to your lack of ownership of going to the wrong place for the show today?
I mean, he'd probably say I should probably have an email.
Like as someone who's been with the company for a year, you got young Ryan Wollersheim, you got social media queen Maddie here, you got Carly, you got this whole crew around you. You got younger people at the office. You're Matt Hamilton.
Right.
You're speaking to interns. You're giving them how to become a gold medalist. How do you think you're a leader now?
Am I?
Well, you've been around for a while. You don't get to choose leadership. You've been
here
around.
for
People look up to you.
2 hours a day. That's an interesting. I feel like there's a lot more leaders.
There's more than
best
one.
salesman in Madison, Jim Rutledge. That's the leader that I feel like most of them should have.
And I'm here, but
if I'm their leader, what I would say to them is, that's the wrong pick, friend. There's better picks, literally with arm's reach.
But I don't
than
get to choose. What about we had a former intern who's an athlete, Devin, and would you want to set this example for her of just blame everyone else if you don't show up to the right place?
Basically, yeah. Devin, if no one's going to tell you what's going on, then you don't have to worry about it. That's the
Do we need to tattoo all remotes onto your body? Is that
no.
Okay.
Just if you were to tap me on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, Matt, next week we got a remote Monday, Maple Bluff." That would have been enough. I didn't need a tattoo, but a talking to, some verbal communication, a little back and forth in person.
Oh man, Matt Hamilton.
A little eye-to-eye rap sesh, real old school with it. Let's go. Let's throw
it's
it
up
back.
to
and
73% of the votes saying it is Matt Hamilton's fault.
Nah, they're all wrong. That's fine.
He's dug in so hard.
I am digging so down into this.
Alex Strofe, he is
y'all have known my email has not worked for me in months. I don't know why you.
And
still
nobody's
send me
stopping
emails.
you from getting your email to work. Do you think Marissa, who handles all of our scheduling stuff like that, is aware that Matt Hamilton's we don't get a bounce back or anything?
I mean,
how many emails has she sent you that she's expecting a response?
Multiple.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Most of the emails Marissa sends do not require a response.
I've got
when she
ones
sends
that are
out the schedule,
questions like, "What do you want for lunch for Free Food Friday?" That's twice a month that we used to do that. So yeah, I would have So and then she texts me when I didn't email her back. So yeah, she's probably pretty aware.
She might just think you are terrible at email.
I am obviously.
But there's one thing to be terrible at email responding. There's another thing that you should know. You didn't actually read any emails that have ever been sent your direction.
So yeah, so it's not like I'm ghosting you. I'm just not even reading it. I'm not even receiving it. It's like if you were to mail something to somebody and you put the wrong address and they never get it, you're not going to call them up and be like, "You're a jerk."
It's not ghosting. You're not even acknowledging the existence of an email address here.
It's
of
more
the company you
being
work for.
Blissfully unaware of the email that are being sent to me.
Did you say what was your big mistake? Now that you look back on it, you took some self-reflection.
Yeah, it was the fact that I asked for an email that might potentially need to be changed every 2 months for safety reasons, which I don't think is necessarily wrong. But if it doesn't work and if it's not seamless, which it has not been for me, that's when I think it's an issue. So I should have just been like, when they asked Matt, "Do you want an email?" I should just be like, "No. Here's my personal email. This is the one that I know is never going to be screwed up."
They asked you that out of courtesy. Tauscher has an email. Everyone
they
has an
certainly
email.
did.
But they were going to give you
because I was a part-time guy. No, they asked me out of.
No, they were saying this guy better say yes. We're asking you, but you're getting an email regardless.
So that was one of those dumb tests. We're going to ask
not even
you
a dumb
something
test.
that
It's
there's only one
hey,
answer.
Matt, we don't want you sending emails from your email address that could be an AOL screen name. It's not inappropriate, but it's not necessarily the most professional email address to share with everyone.
if anyone's expecting anything professional from me, you are sorely mistaken, and you don't know who you're talking to.
God.
You should know your audience.
You are feeling yourself so strong.
I am not.
I will take zero accountability.
I'm not taking any accountability for this.
I got a pitch for you guys. Matt, would you be willing to A, give me your email password, and B, give me permission to go through your email to see if you have missed anything in the last couple months that I can read on the air?
No, mostly because I don't know my password anymore. It is gone. It is gone in the ether. I changed it once the first time I had to change it, and then I have not been able to change it
Okay,
again.
can I request a password change on your behalf then?
If you can do it, that would be amazing.
All right, I'll work on that right now.
Matt just inceptioned you fixing his email, by the way, Alex.
Well, I'm sick of him.
This is all I'm asking.
But Jimmy,
just help me.
I can't be alone in being sick of him bitching and moaning like it's our problem that he doesn't know what the hell to do. How is that our fault? We can't hold his hand like he's a 2-year-old toddler.
We have a text chain where we talk about everything that's going on the show. You think you could mention where that show that we're going to talk about these topics is going to be?
This show is the entirety of your job, Matt. This show is not the entirety of either Jim or my job. This is just part of our job, probably our favorite part of our job.
So making sure the guy who's doing it with you knows where he's going.
The guy who's doing it with us 60% of the time tops.
Exactly. So when I am around, I should know where I'm going. That's the whole point. If this was any farther away, I might not have even made it to the remote, but it was like 5 minutes down the road. It was no problem. I'm not saying I'm blameless here. I'm Aaron Rodgers. You're the Packers. There's blame on both sides.
No. Oh, my God.
Are you triggered?
Rip and Rona on the text line. I just want to know who the 20-something% on the poll are who think Matt isn't at blame.
They're the ones who understand me. They get me.
Matt's burner accounts.
Those are just people that get me.
Daniel the Sloth on the text line. It just sounds like you're being lazy and not owning up to your mistake and getting your email fixed.
I mean, it wasn't a mistake. I've just not gotten my email fixed.
But you
I tried a couple times. It didn't work, so I'm not going to try every single day and fail.
You said a couple times is different than every single day.
Okay, I tried a couple times, and that was enough. That was enough failure.
And by try, then you went to Tom and you said, "Hey, my email doesn't work. Can you get some of my?"
I have mentioned it to multiple people within our office that my email is not working for me right now. Yes.
So,
and you know what everybody tells me? They're like, "Oh, you should talk to that guy who's in this office once a month."
Jody, he can chime in. Like, he can pop on your...
I hardly even know the guy, and I'd never see him at the office. You don't have to be personal friends.
It's an IT guy. He's going to log into your computer.
I'd never see him.
He can log into your computer and reset your password for you, then it'll work.
That would be
That's
incredible.
called doing his job.
That would be incredible.
Something you're clearly not very familiar with.
Well, it's nice. It's nice to know. This is good news. This is all.
I have told
these seem
you
like
before.
good things to get me out of the old email train. You guys are all hype. This seems like a fad anyway. It's gonna be gone in a couple of years.
I need a drink. I'm going to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. I'm gonna get myself a Coors Light, maybe an old fashioned. Talk to Kevin. Maybe talk to Lee. See what he would do if an employee, even if it was a gold medal employee, was acting like this over at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Best happy hour in town. They got the Sizzle, Swizzle, and Swirl happy hour. I need a Coors Light and a steak sandwich, and that's where I'm going to go over to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse after the show. If you have coworkers like Matt Hamilton, the place to calm your nerves, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Best happy hour in town. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team. Vote at channel3000.com. People really like this show.
Matt Hamilton here for Iron Jock. Believe it or not, being an Olympic curler takes a lot of practice time on the ice. And despite always being cool, I still work up a sweat. That's why I love Iron Jock and their no-state technology. Silver Iron technology is the how behind why it works, and that is about as technical as I can get with it. What I do know is that if I'm on the ice or just wanting to look good, I know Iron Jock has t-shirts, polos, and hoodies for me. Support this Wisconsin-based company today and get gear at ironjoc.com. That's ironjock.com.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-587-5063. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-587-5063 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-587-5063 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-587-5063.
Hear that? That's the sound of the 2023 Chevy Silverado and its Turbo Max engine, delivering impressive power with no compromised durability. Whether you're helping friends move or just moving some friends, this is the sound of a family with plenty of rear seat room to enjoy the ride. And this is the sound of you heading to your local Chevy dealer today. Find your Silverado and find new roads. Chevrolet. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a must-play every golf season. Wild Rock Golf features championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Wild Rock, a Herdston Fry masterpiece that's cut from the natural beauty of the Wisconsin Dells and offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes. Wild Rock presents spectacular greens that roll fast and true. Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a unique gem that offers a challenge to avid golfers of all abilities. Book your tee time today for this must-play at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
Watch PGA Tour champions, including tournament host and Wisconsin native Steve Stricker, at the American Family Insurance Championship when it returns to University Ridge Golf Course in Madison, Friday, June 9th through Sunday, June 11th. AmFam Champ Week will also include an exciting concert featuring Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line, Friday, June 9th. Proceeds will support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and the American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com. That's amfamchampionship.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm Vice President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
How about all text? You focus on the road.
As a passenger, you have the power to prevent an accident. There are 1,000 ways to stop a distracted driver. Choose one.
A message from CTIA. You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Matt, what did you say as we went to break last segment there? Do you remember?
No.
You guys are getting crushed.
Oh, yeah, when we got out.
But none of the votes are going that way. None of the texters are going that way. It is now up to 75% of people say it's Matt Hamilton's fault. But, Matt, you still believe we're getting crushed about why Matt showed up at the office instead of Maple Bluff for our Rutledge and Hamilton show presented by Coors Light. We are here at Maple Bluff Country Club for Madison for Kids, raising money for American League of Wisconsin. And we're happy to be here, and we're happy that Matt Hamilton's here. But we are asking, because Matt did go to the office first, why, whose fault is it that Matt went to the office first? It is a landslide that it should be Matt Hamilton's fault. But 844-770-3776 if you want to chime in. So if we were able to get Jen on the phone, she would tell us what?
This was on you. If you know Matt at all, you didn't know him that he wasn't here. She knows. First of all, she would never send an email to.
Well, clearly your wife's not going to.
But no, but even if she did, she would never send an email to somebody multiple times and never get a response and expect them to be somewhere on her 100th email she sent in the last 6 months. That they were going to read that one. They just missed the other 99. This one's going to get through. So First of all, that's where she would not make the same mistake.
But also, you have to understand now, going back to Marissa here, Marissa works with everyone in the office. You are not the center of everyone else in the office's universe.
You guys are on the show. You guys are also on the show, and I'm your coworker. You know I don't get emails. I don't know why neither of you even brought it up once in a way.
Because it was so set in stone and obvious it was happening, we didn't even think about it.
Matt, you had the time to go to the wrong location, but I took a picture of you when you were here at the office. And now I'm watching you on the video stream on Twitter at Jim and Matt and on YouTube at ESPN Madison.
Yeah.
You had the time to change shirts between here and there?
I had a shirt in my trunk because I didn't know I was going to a country club, and I had a polo in my car. So I was like, I should probably put a polo on because we're at a country club. So, yes, Alex, I did have time to change my shirt. I did not go home. I did it in the garage.
He's looking at the camera like he's talking
right at him.
Directly at Alex Strofe at the moment.
He had this big gotcha moment all ready to go.
Wasn't a gotcha moment. It's more an observation of
curiosity.
You can't even log into your email, but you can have 3 shirts available in the back of your car.
Hey, a guy who has a 14 or under handicap and played golf so well on Friday can't be bothered with things like email addresses. Like, how would he be as good at golf and at curling, by the way, as he is if he had to worry about, an email address?
2 is the max, and I've got 2. And that's.
Do you dress yourself in the morning? You pick out your own clothes, or does Jenny do that for you to remind you to get dressed and head out, or how does that work?
I don't like leaving the house naked
Okay.
very often. So
if you do, you
dress
just get
myself.
you get a little drafty. You're like, oh wait, I'm cold. I should go back in and put some clothes on.
Well, no, I'd probably just go around and wait till someone was like, hey, you should put clothes on. Be like, hey, thanks for not sending me an email. Thanks for telling me. Because I'm not getting very far naked out in the streets before someone says something to me like, hey, you're naked.
Especially since your street is just basically tore up. All the construction workers would be like, hey, put some pants on.
Yeah, basically. But what I'm getting at is, no, Jen, she will put something in my calendar, but she will verbally tell me. She will like, Matt, look at me. Look at me. Matt, I am the captain now. Look at me. We have dinner plans with my mom tomorrow night. It's in your calendar, and that's what I'll get.
Now, can I ask you a question? Because in this scenario, as a married man, and Strofe, you're in a relationship, a long-term relationship, you don't, try to play it off like you know what's going on?
Correct.
Oh, definitely not. No.
Really?
No, if I played it off like I knew it was going on, then she's going to be like, he's hearing me. He just chooses
No, but
not
I mean,
to.
I'm actually Team Matt here, yeah.
So if, there's been times, it's early enough, my wife's not in the car yet, but there's been times that you are told about something, and I'm like, oh, God, there's something, I don't know what it is. I'm going to see if I can just kind of, through context clues, figure out, maybe lean on the kids a little bit. In my case, be like, what exactly? Like, for example, my daughter was, my youngest was having a field trip coming up. Now, I should know, because my wife volunteered to go, and I should know where she was going. It's my child. She's leaving the school. I should know what's happening. I should know any bits and pieces of it. I didn't. But what I did over a day or two was just kind of farm out the information, and I figured it out and avoided trouble. So that's what I'm asking. You don't try to, at times, be like, you know what? I definitely should have known this, and I think I got some times to kind of just fake my way through and be like, oh, yeah, I'm excited for Friday. And then try to figure out what the hell is happening on Friday?
No, because the more I ask, the more she knows she has to tell me. So, I just...
But you don't have to ask.
There's something Friday, right? What is that thing that we have going on Friday? And then she'll remind me. She'll be like, Matt, I've told you this a million times.
No, so, for an example here, my daughter is graduating 4th grade. They're going to do a 4th grade send-off. I'm at the AmFam Championship. I didn't realize but we got to solve faster. Jesse knows I'm not on the show now, but my wife's like, well, you're going to be, you'll be around on Friday. I'm like, well, I got the AmFam thing. She's like, oh, yeah, but you'll be at Rosie's event thing. I'm like, yeah, no problem. She's like, well, and then we kind of talked a little more. She's like, what time do you think you'll be home? 1:30, 1:15? I was like, I think 1:30. So now I know that I have to be at the AmFam Championship early, and then I had to change my show schedule and tell the people I was going to the AmFam Championship with I got to be out the door by 1 o'clock. But I didn't out myself.
Oh, no.
So that's what I'm saying.
I totally – I'd have half done it. I'd be like, oh, totally knew about Rosie's graduation. but I forgot when it was. I don't think you told me what time it was.
No, you can't play no.
Then you flip it on.
That sounds like a good way to get divorced.
You lull them into a false sense of security. You're like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I knew we had something that day, but you never told me what time it was.
That is, I believe that is the exact textbook definition of gaslighting. Yes, exactly. Believe that's exactly what that is, Jim.
Yeah, Jim, you should gaslight your wife then. That's my suggestion. I'm gaslighting you guys right now. You should know that I'm a bad coworker. You should know by now.
That makes me think of the information we learned about Aaron Rodgers from when we were golfing. We learned about Aaron Rodgers. He has a little habit. One of us was. Do you remember the? Did we share that story, Matt Hamilton, or is that one for us?
I remember chanting "one of us," but I forgot what it was about. So
I will run it by Matt Hamilton
to share it.
It's an alleged story from someone who dated Aaron Rodgers and something that he did to her that one of us would do. He's a regular guy.
Oh, so it doesn't involve like urine or anything?
No.
That's where my mind went.
No, it's not anything like inappropriate. It's more of like.
You guys remember when Odell Beckham Jr. came out that he likes to poop on people's chests?
No, I do not remember.
You don't remember that? That's his kink.
Well, yes, you told us about it. I'm sure you told us about it.
Did he send an email? Because otherwise Matt is not going to know.
I didn't get it.
You didn't get that email, huh?
I didn't get that email.
Oh, man. You know what, though? What email you definitely would have gotten, and that's about our good friends at Revive Restoration.
That's right. We got a good friend, Josh Duggan, out there. He heads the team at Revive Restoration, and they got your back 24/7, 365 days a year. From things like smoke, mold, water damage, asbestos, all sorts of things and more. Revive Restoration can get you or your business, your house or your business, back on track faster than anyone else in the restoration business. That's a guarantee. Again, when you need to redo your house or fix some sort of accident that happened to your business or your home, Revive Restoration can do it for you. You can go online to revivepros.com or call Revive Restoration. Remember, that's 365 days a year, 24/7. Revive Restoration has your back.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Clean Lakes Alliance's 11th annual Loop the Lake Bike Ride. Join the fun this June 17th and register today at cleanlakesalliance.org. I know it's only the beginning of June, but ESPN staff writer Jeff Borzello has college basketball on the mind. Over at ESPNWisconsin.com, Borzello ranks the way too early top 25 for the upcoming college basketball season. The Badgers rank as the #1 team next in line, 26th overall in Borzello's way too early rankings. The upside for the Badgers is they return the entirety of their starting lineup from a year ago. For the full rankings, which includes an in-state foe in the top 10, visit ESPNWisconsin.com.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
In a land carved by glaciers and shaped by champions, Trapper's Turn is a specialty golfing experience. 27 holes designed by two-time U.S. Open champion Andy North present an enjoyable challenge at any level. Nestled between beautiful pines, the all-new 12 North Par 3 course offers the ultimate in golfing fun. Refuel and unwind with year-round dining in the heart of the picturesque Dells. Golf time is precious. Spend it somewhere beautiful. This is Trapper's Turn. Book your tee time at trappersturn.com.
Are you dreaming of a new look? Let the pros at 5 Star Painting bring color to your world, to your interior, exterior, cabinets, and more. We make it easy with online scheduling, free on-site estimates, and a dedicated project manager on every job. Uneasy about hiring a contractor? We know, we've been there. 5 Star Painting is customer-focused and quality-driven, exceeding expectations every time. Call or visit 5starpainting.com today. 5 Star Painting, a neighborly company.
North and South Seafood and Smokehouse is the official barbecue and seafood and smokehouse of Rutledge and Hamilton. Make sure to listen every Wednesday for your chance to win a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse in Madison, Verona, and DeForest. North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
Medicine Money Guy Christian Finfrock here. Struggling to understand retirement planning, life insurance policies, or managing your wealth? Listen to my show every Saturday at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN or call me right now at 208-1800 for a complimentary consultation.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Jim Rutledge here. If I sound lighter and fitter than I ever have sounded before, that's thanks to Carbon World Health. I had hit a wall in my efforts to lose weight while maintaining muscle. Then Dr. Ness Rodriguez introduced me to semaglutide, and I've dropped over 20 pounds in weight, and I have my body fat percentage at 10%. Semaglutide is the game-changing weight loss treatment you've seen all over social media, and it's available to you at Carbon World Health. It's FDA approved and will burn fat, not muscle. Go to carbonworldhealth.com today to set up a consultation.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
I'm not having any fun. I'm not feeling so alone. For once, every voice is like a love. Dead gunshots fired and the words get spun like a web. I'm not having any fun.
Matt Hamilton, I got to ask you a question.
You haven't had enough fun with me today.
But look, this is all your fault.
I feel like I'm a cat toy and you're just batting me around right now.
But, Matt, you are an Olympic gold medalist. Millions of people watch curling. You're out there. You draw attention to yourself. You got a specific look. You do a radio show now for over a year. Basically, 60% of the time you're on a couple days a week, depending on what works for you, but from 2 to 4. And we do live reads. We talk about all our great partners. It's just part of the show. And when you're out of town, though, the standard operating procedure for any host, if you're out of town, those great partners of ours are paying. Yeah. They want to hear your voice. So then you cut something fresh for them every time before you go.
Yeah.
Now, at the studio, we've all kind of learned, like, just put Matt in the recording room, let him cut his stuff, and then we will kind of circle back later because you get a little bit of stage fright with it.
It's not stage fright as much as ADD kicks in, and there's just too many distractions. And, like, literally, you weren't even doing anything to do with me. You were just texting on your phone, but it looked like you were taking a picture, and that was the thing that popped into my head. And it just stuck in my head, and I couldn't not think about Jim taking a picture of me while I'm doing this live read. And you're right.
You didn't do it this time, though. Like this last break, you didn't tape any because, remember, your initial thought was to record them at the studio today, and then you realized that, oh, by the way, you're in the wrong place, so you cannot do that. But, Matt, why? Because even at the studio, is it that you just need someone to, like, be your teammate? You can't just be the Matt Hamilton show cutting these live remotes or live reads because at the studio, again, you go into the room and you cut them by yourself, and then Alex cleans them up and we use them when you're gone. Live,
I'm just in my own head, Jim. I don't
live
know.
right here. But taping them, I feel like Alex, just to pull that curtain, I'm going to have to just banter with him in these when he tapes them today. Because otherwise, Matt just can't handle the pressure. It's getting performance anxiety.
Whatever gets the job done. Yeah, there's a pill for that, I think.
I'll be his 4 hymns for this live read. Because Matt's got performance anxiety.
I don't know how to feel about that sentence.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it either, Stroh. I don't love it. I can tell you that.
I don't love that you can't get it done. You can't. You got to tell me why you cannot get the live reads done. What do I need to do now? You told me what you need to be able to show up anywhere. What do you need from us to be able to get this done. Do we need to call Jen on this too?
I need my own little room, just like I have at the studio. This is too public.
Too public to perform.
Yep, I can't get it done in public. Yet he's an Olympic gold medalist, but can't perform in public.
I mean, I had a lot more practice curling before I had to do it on a large stage than I did with radio.
I love everyone here at Maple Bluff and watching at Jim and Matt and listening on ESPN Madison, but I do think we don't quite reach the same audience as the Olympics do. So, like this, we're not putting you on ESPN National Radio and asking you to do all this.
I'm a little nervous at the Olympics too. It's I'm just better at curling than I am at radio.
Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, America would be down a gold medal.
Down a gold medal, but you'd also be down a radio host, so you'd be in good shape. You probably have a guy who answers emails as your co-host right now.
Yeah, Matt Hamilton would struggle a lot more with life because he'd actually have a job there'd be consequences for if he didn't read his email.
Yeah.
If he had a regular job, like, sorry, boss, I don't know how my email works. That's on you.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be in some serious trouble. Thank goodness I didn't have performance anxiety at the Olympics in 2018.
Just with emails, you get very and live reads. Taped live reads. You're actually fine with live reads. You're nervous about taped live reads.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like Allen Iverson here. Practice. You can't practice.
Yeah, that's what this feels like, practice to me. When I'm doing the live
Do I need to
reads
turn my back to you so you can get it done? How does it? Do we need everyone in this room to turn around? Don't look at Matt Hamilton.
We talking about practice.
Don't listen. I think that would be the best. I know that's not realistic, but that would be the best, I think.
Stroh, if you have any tips for his anxiety here? Help to improve his performance?
I always think about baseball.
There you go, Stroh. There you go, Hamilton.
I don't think Stroh was in the same conversation as
No, he was. But I think you got your issues mixed up. It's not like you're reading them too fast. It's just you can't read them at all.
Yeah, I think there's a pill for that.
That could be it, too.
Oh, Matt. Well, we'll work on your issues during the break. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. What I do know about Rutledge and Hamilton is that I don't have any issues that Matt Hamilton has. That's because I go to Carbon World Health, and I work out there, get myself strong and ready and in the right mindset. And I can perform often because I take semaglutide as well, so I'm asked to perform because I keep those glutes tight. Matt Hamilton, I am down 26 pounds, 10% body fat. I'm a lean, mean, live read machine, thanks to our good friends at Carbon World Health. Go sign up for the 6-week experience. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Gold medalist Matt Hamilton here to tell you about Wisconsin's best choice for roofing, siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors. I know they're the trusted local experts who consider customer service their #1 goal, but don't just take my word for it. Jake and Dawn are both recent customers who left 5-star reviews for the outstanding service and quality of work on their projects. Get a free estimate for your home project today by logging on to ridgetopexteriors.com. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Yeah, it is. And I'm Alex Strope. Your Sports Center update brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. Celebrate Father's Day at the NTT IndyCar Series coming up June 15th through the 18th. You can get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule on their website at roadamerica.com. That's roadamerica.com. Well, the Milwaukee Brewers have been traveling the roads of America and Canada the last couple of weeks. And their 4-game series that started Friday and tonight comes to an end tonight in Cincinnati against the division rival Reds. The Brewers looking for a 4-game sweep with a win tonight and with 3 wins over the weekend. The Brewers still atop the NL Central, but it is June. It gets dicey, and there's a lot of games to be played, so keep an eye on the full season schedule and all things Brew Crew over at ESPNWisconsin.com. 6:10 pitch tonight for the Crew. To Madison we go. How about this news? For former Badger star Monte Ball. He's been named a finalist for the 2024 College Football Hall of Fame and was also told today that he will be in the UW Athletics Hall of Fame. Badgers point guard Chucky Hepburn joins the guys next as Rutledge and Hamilton continues right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got to chill.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
I'm not getting very far. Naked out in the streets before someone says something to me like, hey, you're naked.
Especially since your street is just basically tore up. All the construction workers be like, hey, put some pants on.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Rutledge and Hamilton continues live from Maple Bluff Country Club. We're here with Madison for Kids, raising money for the American League of Wisconsin. He's Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton.
Hello.
I am Jim Rutledge. We're presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
And I'm sure our guest here, Chucky Hepburn from the Wisconsin Badgers, crushing the ball out on the golf course today, right, Chucky?
Oh, absolutely not. I did not even golf today.
You just out there hanging out, being a good sport for the American League of?
Absolutely, man. I golfed one time and one time only and looked like I was playing baseball, so that was the last time I was golfing.
Are there sports, obviously you're excellent at basketball, are there sports other than basketball that you can hang with?
Yeah, for sure. I was a really good football player. My freshman year, I quit because I broke my ankle, and I had got my first offer my freshman year for basketball, so I was just decided I wanted to take the basketball route.
Nice. Now, I see you are rocking, what Jordans are these again today?
Jordan 14.
Jordan 14. So are you a shoe guy or are you just a Jordan guy? How's it go?
I'm a pretty big shoe guy. I'm more of a Jordan guy. I'm not really into dunks because I never I like the dunks, but I never wanted to pay $400 for a pair of dunks because I just didn't think they were worth it. But guys get them for retail price. I can never find them for retail price anywhere. If I could find them for retail price, I would get them, but never able to find them.
That's you and me both. My one sneaker rule is no secondary markets.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
We all probably use the sneakers app. I have not gotten dunk lows yet either. I've been trying to pay retail price for them. I haven't gotten any, but looks. And Matt Hamilton though is famous. What dunks were you wearing at this last Olympics here? Because you made some news with those.
Yeah, I was wearing the What the P-Rod dunks. They were the skateboarder Paul Rodriguez, and he had 16 dunks that they'd done with Nike prior to his 17th shoe, which they're calling What the P-Rods. And what they did is they took one panel, whether it was like the tongue or like the heel tab or all those things. They just took one piece from all other 16 shoes and threw them together onto one pair, but they're totally mismatched, way out there because of literally all sorts of different colors and materials. Sure. But yeah, it was a pretty fun shoe to wear at the Olympics. It got a lot of attention.
Talking with Chucky Hepburn from the Wisconsin Badgers. Have you ever watched curling before? Because that is what Matt is famous for. He has a gold medal. Have you ever tried it? Have you ever watched it?
I have not. No, okay. I have not. Never watched it.
So do you know what sport it is at all?
No.
All right. So wait. So here's what's better. If you were going to make a guess at what curling is, go ahead and describe. Matt knows all the curling jokes.
Based on my physique.
Yeah, there's all jokes about his whole team. The whole running joke with them was that they look like a bunch of guys who told their wives they're going to go golfing and ended up at the Olympics. So he's not going to take any offense. Yeah. What do you think curling is?
I don't even have a clue what to say.
Tell him your position.
I'm the second.
But also, what do you do?
I mean,
you're a sweeper?
Yeah, okay, I'm a sweeper.
Yes. Did that help you at all or make it worse?
I'm still stuck.
So, Matt, how would you describe it?
It is a mix of chess, as far as the strategy of it, and kind of shuffleboard, like bar game shuffleboard, and darts. So there's a rings in the middle, and then it's shuffleboard.
It's on ice.
These pucks, and then you're on ice. So the sweeping
I think I know what that is.
Yeah,
I actually
it looks
think
like they
I know
got a
what that
little
is.
Swiffer
Absolutely,
right in front
yes,
of it.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I never knew what that was called. Okay, I
That's
do know what that
curling,
is. Okay,
and that's my jam.
Gotcha.
I'm-
Okay, so therefore I have seen that. I have watched it before, so yes.
All right, well, we'll have to get you out to try it this winter.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
he's in Madison. Matt is. He's part of the curling clubs here. Loves to get people out and try it. It is a good time out there, so you can get out. And Matt, look, he's the only gold medalist. His team's the only gold medalist for USA, so he's the one to show you how to do it. Chucky, basketball. What has you excited coming into this next season?
Man, everything has me excited. We have the same squad sticking around for next year, so I know I'm pretty excited about that. We have a really good new recruit coming in. AJ Storr, transfer from St. John's, he's going to be really legit for us. So I think that's what we're happy about. And then we have 4 new freshmen coming in. I'm really excited about them.
So Story is the guy that people obviously are excited about. I'm glad to hear that you're excited about it. How, if at all, were you part of the pitch with him, talking about how great Madison is, how great Coach Gard and Coach Krabanoff and the whole team is, or were you a part of that at all?
Yeah, for sure. When he actually came up here to visit, I kind of met him before he left. He wanted to stay in contact with us to kind of just ask questions, get to know Madison, get to know the coaches, what the culture's like a little bit. So, he would reach out to me or Kamari McGee and just ask some questions. And when he came on to his official visit, he kind of really, really locked in and really wanted to be a part of this culture.
So where, in Madison, you don't have to give away all the trade secrets, but, where you're look, there's basketball and the team's great, but, where in Madison you take them this is what makes Madison great?
Yeah, for sure. The terrace, the terrace. Everybody gets the love from the terrace. You just go out there, chill, have fun, have a good time with your friends and teammates,
Yeah, it's a good one there.
Absolutely. I'm curious how your team goes into a season. We're obviously quite a ways out, but, what kind of goals do you have for yourself, for the off season, quantifiable goals, something that you can know if you achieved it or not? And then what kind of goals do you set for yourself during the season? Is it stepped goals? Is it Final Four bust? How do you mentally get into the goal setting for a regular season?
Yeah, for sure. It starts in the summer, just working out with your teammates, practicing, just trying to build that culture and that chemistry in the summer so that we're just clicking together when the season comes around. And for me personally, I want to be able to finish around the basketball a lot more than I did this past year. So, that's why I've been working on this offseason with my trainer down in Lawrence, Kansas.
So, what did you make of Giannis's comments after the Bucks lost in the first round? Obviously, disappointing as far as the goals that they had, and I'm sure last year the NIT was great, but maybe not the set goals you guys had for yourself. But he said it's not a failure because I'm not done. What did you think about that as an athlete, saying that, all right, this season maybe didn't turn out the way I wanted to, but maybe this season's failures or not reaching the expectations we wanted can allow us to reach our end goal because this whole starting lineup is coming back and you are adding players. So this group's story isn't finished being told yet.
Absolutely, no. I agree with what Giannis says, but, he's also in the NBA. There's more years to play in the NBA. In college, you only have 4 years. So, I think it's a little different from a college standpoint, but I do agree with what he says. Just because one season's a failure doesn't mean the next one won't be. So, I agree with everything he has to say.
So another guy that I think people are excited about, Gus Bus. He's got, fun little nickname. Got a kind of unique game. It's not quite like Joker, but there's some vibe to it as well. So what do you think he brings? How much you got a chance to play with him? What are you excited about?
Absolutely. No, I've only been able to play with him once. The kid's actually from Kearney, Nebraska, so I have that kind of connection with him. So. But, just from playing with him last year, you could tell the love he has for the game, the IQ. His IQ is really, really high. So, I'm really excited to play with him and see what he has to bring for us.
Talking with Chucky Eprin from the Wisconsin Badger basketball program, we're all excited about what the program can do going forward. How did the NIT give you momentum going into the offseason?
Absolutely. No, we were a team that did want to play in the NIT because we did not want to finish the season off the way we did, losing to Ohio State. So we kind of just wanted to add some momentum going into next year, which we did. Even though we did lose that lead to North Texas, I think we still found that momentum and that chemistry, and we're able to build off one another for that.
How is the portal and NIL? I think they're tied together, and I'm sure that I mean, you're a great player. I'm sure schools are trying to get a hold of you, and then you have the NIL stuff here that keeps you here. So there's so much going on, and it's added so much because you said earlier Giannis is professional. And obviously you're not a professional, but you are now a business person and an athlete. How do you manage all that?
Absolutely. No, for a guy like me, I'm more of a family guy. You know, I love how people are treating one another, and that's what matters is all about. You know, the coaching staff, since the first day I've been up here, you know, they just show me nothing but love, and that's what I always love about Wisconsin and the culture here.
And that's fantastic. I'm guessing that's – and I don't want to get into the newer player because I don't know if you can speak on it, but he said the same thing as far as the recruiting process, that from the beginning he would have followed Greg Gard to play football at any school, let alone play basketball at Wisconsin. So that this staff, how was that bond strengthened maybe through everything that you guys went through last year?
Absolutely. No, it was just the little things. You know, we'd be in the locker room, and some of the coaches would just come in and just chat with us, you know, just about different things other than just basketball. So, you know, that's how you know it's just bigger than basketball when the coaches are just chatting about life, and, you know.
All right, so I'm going to let you off the hook with the basketball stuff. We'll throw out some fun rapid-fire stuff to you. And then
I got one here.
All right, go ahead.
For the fun rapid-fire stuff. Yeah. It's like, let's get off the chalk talk. Let's get down to brass tacks. Chucky. What's your favorite place to go get some food in Madison?
Favorite place,
or
you know,
like maybe what's your favorite food and then where you would go?
You know, I've actually fell in love with Samba. You know, that place down there.
Oh,
yeah, you know, I've been there twice, so I think
green light up all the time.
Absolutely, green light up all the time. You know, steak and chicken's got to be definitely my favorite food. You know, I'm a big Chipotle guy as well, so I actually just had Chipotle for lunch today, so I can eat Chipotle every day. No, never gets tired of that.
I feel like you and every college athlete. Chipotle is exactly what they love all the time. What are your favorite shoes you own now? Maybe a dream pair you're looking for.
Yeah, for sure. My favorite pair I own now are the French Prince of Bel-Air 5s, you know, the OG pairs. You know, definitely had to do some digging for those, but I finally got them and haven't even worn them yet. Don't plan on wearing them ever either. So
sometimes grails just go on the wall.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And is there a pair that you're like, I got to get these?
Yeah, there definitely are some pairs. Can't even think of. There's so many shoes that, like, I actually just went down to KC last week and went to a shoe store, and there was just like all these shoes. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to buy them all, but I couldn't. I only had to leave with a pair of shoes. So, you know, definitely the Flu Game 12s. You know, I definitely have one of those I could never afford them as a kid, so. Could never. You know, there's a bunch of pairs I couldn't afford as a kid. So, you know, now that I'm in this position that I am, you know, I'm able to get these shoes. I would have to say those. But also, I have a pair of Pantone 11s, the baby blue Carolina.
Oh, nice.
I have those, but they're dirty. So I really want a clean pair of those.
Yeah, I got some Carolina blue. What are the 5s I got? Was that what I got there?
Yeah, you got the 5s.
Yeah, I got some 5s, Carolina blue. And look, I get it, man. I got multiple Jordan 11s, highs and lows, because I, as a kid, was watching it happen, and I couldn't afford them either. Now I got them as well. So it's good marketing by them. Matt, what else you got here?
Well, I'm curious. You say your go-to spot for the recruit was take them to the Union. What's going on? What are you doing on relaxing days off down here in Madison?
Yeah, for sure. You know, just kicking back with my teammates. You know, we will go to the terrace. You know, sometimes, or you know, we'll go on the front lawn of the Kohl Center. You know, play like Wolf. I don't even know what it's called.
Spike ball?
Yeah, spike ball. Yeah, we'll play that. You know, so it's just really bonding with our teammates. You know, that's what it's all about, building that chemistry.
Who's the funniest teammate?
Funniest teammate. You know, they're all pretty funny. That's what I love all about them all. You know, they're all pretty funny. Max is pretty funny. Carter Gilmore is really funny. You know, Kamari McGee is really funny. So, you know, that's what I love. You know, even Big Steve's pretty funny, too. So that's what I love about everybody.
Who's got the best taste in music on the team?
Kamari McGee.
All right. And the worst taste?
You know, I hate country music, so Justin Tap porn.
You and me both. I get that. So what is your what's your top 3 rotation right now?
You know, the past couple of months I've been really big on R&B, so like Boyz II Men, you know, the Isley Brothers, and you know, Maxwell or somebody, I don't know.
Yeah, you got an eclectic mix there.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Summer vibes.
Yeah, summer vibes for sure.
Yeah, I got you there. All right. Well, you've given us plenty of time. We really appreciate it. We're really looking forward to watching this season and watching you guys all blend together and kind of build off all the wins this group has had together. Now you're adding some more players, and there should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Chuck Yepburn, Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter @Jim and Matt.
Imagine you're looking at a balancing scale, with everything you do for other people on one side, and everything you do for yourself on the other side. If it isn't balanced, maybe it's time to spend a little more time on you. And therapy is a great place to start. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can help you find that balance and stick to it. Visit BetterHelp.com/score to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/score.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about washing your car? Right now, you can get the Armor All Ultimate Car Care Detailing 8-piece kit for only $25. That's soap, a wash mitt, wheel cleaner, tire shine, glass wipes, and interior wipes, all together in a bucket. Give your car the shine it deserves at the right price, only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home. Roofing, windows, gutters, siding, and decks. Can Legacy do it? You bet. Better prices, better warranties. Legacy always makes it easy. Go to legacy-exteriors.com. Legacy Exteriors. Just pick up the phone and let us leave a legacy on your home.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you. Donate at V.org, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by X Golf in Madison and Middleton.
I need your love. You got me burning up. I think I'll call you Mrs. Valentine.
Rutledge and Hamilton continues live from Maple Bluff Country Club. We're presented by Coors Light. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Olympic gold medalist Matt Hamilton.
Hello.
If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
We are here because we are supporting Madison for Kids in their support of American League of Wisconsin. We talked with Chucky Epper a minute ago. Now we're talking with Chucky's longtime teammate Tyler Wall, taking time to join us. Tyler, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show.
So I'll ask you this. Did you golf today or did you just hang out like Chucky?
Yeah, I made it out golfing. It was me, Carter Gilmore, and Max Klesman all found our way out on the links.
And
what did you guys do?
Well, Max is a great golfer, so he won, I'm pretty sure. His group won. I asked Gilly. He didn't really want to talk about it a whole lot. And I think I'm somewhere in between that.
So I did talk with Jeff Beckham from J&K Security. They golf with Max, and he told me that they were crushing out there. Jeffrey told us that as well. So we can confirm that story. That's not just a teammate being helpful today. So I did ask Chucky, you are rocking some are these dunks right now that you're wearing?
I got some dunks on, some suede dunks.
Okay, and Matt Hamilton, show off your dunks here as well.
We got the LeBron James Fruity Pebble dunks.
So Matt Hamilton is a curler. We asked Chucky this question as well, so we'll just ask it of you. Do you know what curling is? You're from Minnesota, so you might know.
Right, on the ice. And yep. We got a curling club in Lakeville, but I've never been.
Okay, well, Matt can definitely take you out.
I'm already taking Chucky, so you're in.
I'm in.
Yeah, we'll take the team out. It'll
So
be a bonding experience.
Matt can kind of give you some tips here, but obviously famous for the mustache. And why don't you go ahead and describe your dunks to our friend Tyler here as well, so you can show off your. He's a big shoe guy, so I like to make him feel comfortable. He's a big dunk guy, and Chucky kind of just dunked on him because he said I don't like dunks.
Which is crazy because this whole show it's been Jim and our producer dunking on me for being a bad teammate and co-worker basically.
Yeah.
So I
want to ask
all of a
him.
Sudden they were like, let's bring some basketball.
We're going to ask him
how
great guard would react to how you did today.
Everybody.
But go ahead.
I had some fun sneakers called the What the P-Rod dunks by Paul Rodriguez, and they had taken like parts of all of his sneakers he had created before and then jammed them all into like one pair of shoes, so they're super mismatched and got a lot of hype behind them. There's a lot of heat at the Olympics. A lot of people saying like those are really cool shoes. It's crazy that he's curling in them. Then he had a lot of people like, I can't believe he's creasing those. Those should be on like his wall in his closet, not like he shouldn't be wearing them. So there's some pretty fun different back and forth on what I should have been doing with those shoes and what I shouldn't have been doing.
So, Tyler, I'll ask you this, because Matt, an athlete here, and he's one of our hosts as well. Rare because he is also competing as a host here. But he showed up at the office today to do our radio show. But everyone else in the office knew that the radio show was here. And instead of taking personal accountability for it, he has thrown everyone else under the bus. So I'll ask you, on your team, if you showed up to the wrong place, how would Coach Gard and the rest of your teammates respond to that, especially if you then threw them all under the bus for not basically holding your hand and carrying you to the event?
I think how it would go for the first time if you showed up to the wrong place, we're just letting you go. And you didn't show up to practice today, you get a little yelling at, but in the long run it'll all be good, and you just missed out for the day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, he's just being nice here. He just missed out for the day. So
here's the thing. I basically haven't responded to a work email in like 6 months. So
this is somehow his defense.
No. And this is, and again, I'm doing it tongue-in-cheek. This is my defense, is that if you've been ghosted for 6 months, what are you still sending that person emails for? They haven't sent one back. Do you really believe that they're seeing these? So, and they're like, we sent you an email. I'm like, to the email that I've told you multiple times, I don't check anymore, and I'm just not doing it. I just expected him to tell me verbally now. Don't just tell me when we're doing an event. Don't actually email me.
The email doesn't get checked because he's worried about the shoes. That he's
Exactly. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton talking to Tyler Wall. Tell us about your decision to come back. You had a lot of options.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of different things that were playing through it. Based on how the year went, I was just going to take a couple weeks off after the season ended. And then make a decision, and so
no darkness retreat.
Was thinking about it, but no, didn't have the opportunity to go.
From Minnesota, you take those anyways, right?
Yeah. But there's a whole lot of things. Did I want to transfer? Did I want to come back? Did I want to go professional? And so basically, what it came down to is, I feel like we have a good group of guys coming back. We basically have everyone coming back. We were kind of a young team last year, and we got a lot of experience. But just the group of guys and the coaches that we have, the relationship that I have with them, and I think we have a lot of things that we can get done with this group.
How much consideration was given? Those are all three big things there. I mean, so how much did it weigh on you? Was it a 100% easy decision, or was it like, this could be? You don't have to go to the transfer to coming back, but transfer pro or come back. I mean, was it kind of 50-50 of being Madison or not, or did it just quickly move to I need to get to stay in Madison?
How it was is my mind was always going back and forth throughout the season, and so I didn't really pay that much attention because you win a couple games, you're going to come back, you lose a couple games, you don't want to be there. And so I think it really took me taking a deep breath and taking all the stress of the basketball season and taking that off my shoulders, and just really having a healthy conversation with my family, my friends, and then just having good conversation with myself and weighing all the options.
Could it give you kind of a mental advantage over last season, at least coming back this year, being like, look, this is it. I'm in it. I got nothing else to think about except going out here and just kicking ass in the basketball court.
I mean, yeah, now it's just carefree. Now we got all the good guys that I want in the locker room, and just go out there and win some games.
There's some exciting players. Chuck was talking about it coming in as well. Gus Bus is one. He's got a fun nickname and an interesting style of play. Story is another one. So are you excited to kind of work their skill sets into the team and see how it all gels together and kind of lift you guys up?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, I haven't seen any of them play in real life other than Nolan Winter, who's actually from my high school.
Okay.
So this will be the first time I get to play with him. So I think that'll be cool. But, yeah, I mean, I've heard great things about all those guys. Both on and off the court, so I'm really excited to get them on campus, get to build a relationship with them, and work towards something.
So, go ahead.
I was just curious, what about this upcoming season has you, the most excited? You said you had a lot of people coming back and, kind of elaborate. What about having your teammates coming back is getting you excited?
Right. I feel like last year we didn't meet up to the expectations that we wanted as a whole, as a group. And I think just having an off season where you go and you kind of grind with that kind of in the back of your mind, I don't want to go through this again. That's something that you can't really replicate, and I think that's the top thing on my list.
Right on.
So Giannis made some news after the Bucks were bounced way too early in the playoffs there, and he was asked a fair question, and he gave a fair answer. Basically, do you view this season as a failure? And he basically framed it as that it's never a failure until I'm done. That if this season leads, this disappointment leads us to a title in the future, then I can't call this a failure because it was a step along the way. And now it's obviously all to be determined, but what did you think about that? And have you tried to maybe apply some of that last season didn't go the way you wanted it to, but you can use that as a stepping stone to make this season the way you want it to go?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've listened to that interview that he had, and he gives a great answer, and it's a great perspective. And I feel like that's how it all has to be, where if you lose a few games, you can dwell on it, you can let it eat you up at night. But it's all about perspective. If you're going to take it as a learning experience and look at all those individual games where, maybe one basket didn't go in, but this, and this was good, you can kind of take those and build from there.
You kind of talked a lot of thinking. You've talked about it a ton here. So how much is basketball? There's that physical skill set to it, but we're all here golfing, and that's the thinking man's game as well, and you get in your own head. How hard is it, and how much do you focus, or the team focus, on making sure that you're in the right mindset? There's a lot of talk about mental health in the NBA and college and all that, and you've obviously guys played through the pandemic. There's so much going on in your college career here. How much have you been able to kind of make sure that your mindset is, and how much effort do you have to put in there to be in the right spot for these games?
I mean, yeah, as I've gotten older, I've definitely seen the mental side of the game where you have to kind of pick it up, where you, in practice, you got to be locked in, paying attention to what coach is saying, and also on the outside, mentally preparing. And I feel like when you're exercising your mental on the outside the game, it just comes naturally. And when the game comes, you don't want to be thinking, and you just want to be acting. Yeah. So as I've gotten older, I feel like growing on that mental side of the game has really helped me out, and hopefully it continues to grow.
My question is, as someone who plays a sport that you can never be perfect, just like basketball, right? And when I go out and play, I find things that I might not be doing at the level I want or would expect to be at. What things would you say you want to improve at this off season that stuck out for you last year?
Yeah, I mean, I would say be consistent, because there's some games where, especially this last season, where I was playing through an injury, and if we had a couple close games back to back, that obviously affected me a little bit. So being able to take that and kind of just push it aside and battle through it is something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Talking with Tyler Wall, the Wisconsin Badger basketball program here. So we'll have some fun with you now as we'll do some kind of rapid fire sort of stuff here. Matt, this is your favorite part, so yes. What do you want to fire off?
I want to know what your favorite food spot is in Madison.
My favorite food spot in Madison, it's one not many people know. We get some of the basketball guys come along, but it's not a place anyone really knows. It's called Natty's Fast Food.
Okay.
And they got fried chicken. They got a little bit of everything. They got fried chicken, fried catfish. They got burgers, tacos. It's a good little spot.
All right.
Matt fancies himself as a foodie. So is that when players come to town and you're trying, obviously I'm sure you're part of the recruiting process there, where do you take them?
Shoot, that's a great question. For food, It's been a while because I usually hand them down to the younger guys to get to know them because they're going to be teammates when they come in. So I haven't been around too long, but we'll take them like as a group dinner. We'll go to like Tornado Room or Johnny Delmonico's, take them to a nice spot, and then after that, wherever they really want to go on State Street if they get hungry.
Nice. This guy used to do a little cooking at
Tornado.
Yeah.
About 4 years at Tornado.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's the spot.
It is definitely the spot to go in Madison, in my opinion.
Who's the funniest guy on the team?
Funny. There's a lot of funny guys, and they're all funny in their own ways. I would say Max is up there. Kamari's definitely up there. Connor, Ross, like we got some funny guys, but they're all different in their own little way.
Who's got the best taste in music?
Ooh, best taste in music. I'll give it to Chucky. He's got some good tunes.
All right.
And worst taste in music?
Carter Gilmore.
And what does he listen to?
It's not even like the taste. He just doesn't know the names of the songs. He'll know a couple of the words and he'll hum a little bit, but he's not a big music guy, so that's why he's at the bottom of the list.
So I'll ask this one here because Mr. Matt Hamilton fancies himself a music guy, but does not like live music. Would much rather just play it on a record at home. Do you prefer live music or do you prefer listening to it on your phone or whatever?
I like the phone. You get to choose.
Okay.
Yeah, see?
You get everything. I've only been to a handful of concerts in my life.
Yeah, you go to a concert, you're just going to hear that band the whole time. If I want to mix it up, I can just go ahead and make a mix of the Beatles, the Stones. You're never going to a Beatles and a Stones.
You could go see a cover
and
band.
a Zeppelin
You
show.
could go see a cover band.
But why?
But they could play it all.
And honestly, I don't hate cover bands.
Of course
Because you know why? They try and play it exactly how it came out on the record. That's the whole point. Is the song does not sound the same, Jim.
Goodness. So with the, Chucky talked about the coaching staff and how important it was, like why he wanted to come back, this family atmosphere, and one of the recruits coming in, and I don't know your ability to talk about him, so I'll just kind of say in general, he said, I would follow Coach Gard to play anywhere, and he started recruiting me immediately, and that family atmosphere that the team has created, but also the coaching staff has created, has meant so much to so many players. Just talk about what Coach Gard and Kravnoff and the whole team kind of creates, because you guys have been through a lot together.
Right. I feel like what's really special about this place and this coaching staff is that they recruit you as much as you recruit them, and so you're getting along, you're getting to know each other, but the ultimate bottom line thing is that you want to be a Badger, and so you're talking to them. It's kind of a exclusive. Not many people get recruited by the Badgers, and especially you get that offer, like that's a big deal. And so when you get that, it's kind of like not necessarily a known thing, but it's definitely a respect that you have for just the city and the program that we have, and the coaching staff along with it.
So last one, this one's kind of goofy, but we don't get a chance to see you guys dunk a lot in basketball games. So who is the best dunker on the Badger basketball team?
That's a great
best
question.
Dunker?
Say me.
Yeah,
Say you.
I mean, I think it has to be me. A healthy me. It's got to be me.
All right, so you got to give us, like, this year at some point, just one thunderous, like, two-handed big man dunk there. And then Matt will show you how to throw a stone and sweep it up. And
I'll show you how to do it. Curling's equivalent.
What's the equivalent of dunking and curling?
Probably like a takeout of some sort.
Well, give us a little explanation.
So if the other team's, it's like a bullseye, right? So if the other team has a rock in the rings, you can just throw yours hard enough to knock theirs out. That's probably like a dunk.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you yell in your face afterwards then?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's the in your face, the trash talking curling is very different from basketball. We like kill them with kindness, If somebody has like a half shot, say somebody at the free throw line goes 1 for 2, and you're like, good free throws. It's like people who are listening on the
Some
side
tips
are going
for
to
you.
be like,
You could try to...
that guy's really nice, but in all actuality, you're being a jerk.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of how we roll.
Okay.
There you go. I got some tips from him. Tyler, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it, guys.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light, a finalist for Best of Madison Radio Team. Vote at channel3000.com. People really like this show.
Just look at them. State-of-the-art Honda hybrids, making ecological art out of any conditions they encounter. Rugged, dependable, stylish performance with fuel efficiency and low emissions that'll make a tree hugger blush. What's this phenomenon you're witnessing? It's the future, today. Electrified driving built for Wisconsin. Get your Honda hybrid now at your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. We're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. Looking for a team to play for in the spring and summer of 2024? Rays tryouts begin in July and August, and signups are open now. Since 2010, the Rays have developed over 370 college players, including over 140 players committed to Division I baseball, and 17 MLB draft picks. Rays baseball. Raise your game.
Win a round of golf for two at the Bridges or the Meadows at 6 Mile Creek from Guinness. Stop by for a pint at LJ Sports Tavern, Danny's Pub, Echo Tap, and Nitty Gritty downtown and scan the QR code to enter. Show me your Guinness, Wisconsin.
Big trailers and big opportunity. Since 1962, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business providing a professional yet casual work environment in Stoughton, Evansville, and Broadhead. If you're looking for your hard work to be rewarded with competitive wages and excellent benefits, plus growth and advancement opportunities, Stoughton Trailers is the spot for you. Positions now open in production, operations, finance, sales, engineering, and more. Go to stojobs.com to apply today. Stoughton Trailers, big opportunity.
Find Dad's Day deals that won't be beat this Father's Day at Fleet Farm. Going on now. Get $60 off a Milwaukee M18 cordless 2-tool combo kit. On sale, $169. Or pick up a Blackstone 28-inch griddle with hardtop cover for just $279.99. Plus, if you find a lower price, we'll match it. We have what you need for everyday life at new, lower prices. Fleet Farm.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton. I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Matt, what are they doing out here at Maple Bluff? There are, the second this tournament wrapped up, Madison for Kids, raising money for Children's League of Wisconsin, America League of Wisconsin, and this is Rutledge and Hamilton. We're presented by Coors Light. We're live at Maple Bluff Country Club. They are digging into the turf here immediately.
Yeah. To me, it looks like, and again, I am no golf course expert, but it looks like they had marked off with white paint the line that the sprinkler pipe goes through to the other holes on the course down here on number 1. You can see that line there. So it looks like they're probably doing some, like, sprinkler
They're
line
digging
maintenance.
in, or they're burying someone. Maybe someone played so bad you're done.
I mean, well, you guys buried me the first half of the show, so.
Wah. I think they called, like, Digger's Hotline. Because whenever I call them, I have to call them again to be like, so is this like the northeast orientation, the south orientation? Dude, I don't know. Just can you paint some lines in my backyard where where I'm not supposed to dig? I don't know the answer to any of these questions. Have you ever tried to call that?
I have not.
I feel like I have to know how to, like, build whatever I'm trying to build to be able to answer their questions. And I'm like, Dude, can you just give me someone on the phone? I just want you to mark in the backyard where I will blow up if I dig too deep. That's it. I don't know what orientation. I don't know whatever. Here's my address. There's my backyard. Come in the backyard. What's that?
Tried sending him an email.
He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. Let's throw some stones.
The guys think they have the answers to everything.
I don't think I can win this
I'm
show.
the best there is.
People like me. So it's time to put them to the test.
That's some booty, Jim.
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Well, Matt, I have good news for you as today is National Start Over Day.
Oh, thank goodness.
So, Matt, I ask you, what would you like to start over?
Today, I would like to go back to the morning and maybe send a text to the team a little sooner, maybe around 9 o'clock, asking, hey, what's going on today? What are we talking about? What are we doing? And I'm sure I would have gotten you remember that we're going at Maple Bluff, and then I would have pulled the Jim Rutledge and been like, oh, yeah, totally remember that, and I will see you guys there.
Yeah, Matt, you could have just taken it in stride. Yeah, I just had to drop this shirt off. I wanted to wear a different one.
I was grabbing the North and South gift cards.
Right.
That was my excuse
There
for
you go.
being in the studio. I just doubled down because I felt like an idiot.
Well, right, because you could have just, either skipped it or just owned it. If you would have said, I'm an idiot, I screwed up, the whole show is different today.
Oh, I know, but it's more fun to be combative.
Very
Oh,
true. Jimmy,
yes.
Jimmy, what would you like to start over?
I'd like to start over the round that I played with Matt Hamilton and Greg Scalzo and our friend Steve from UW Credit Union at North Shore Country Club. Because
I would argue you never started that round.
But no, see, I started well, but this was a really tough course that, for me, but like every time I'd even hit a good shot, I would end up in the sand.
Oh
I
my
feel like
gosh,
out of 18 holes, I was in the sand 14 or 15
Oh
holes.
my gosh,
Even on a nice drive, it would just bounce into the sand. There was sand everywhere.
Rather than his clubs in his bag, he was better off bringing a shovel and a pail. He was in the bunker every shot, it seemed like. It was amazing. I was like, are you aiming at the bunkers?
Yikes. Looking like me out there, Jimmy.
Well, I mean, he only had one shot where he missed the ball completely. Yeah. And he was on a really weird lie. He had more of an excuse than you did there, Strophy.
Nah, mine was on a hill.
Yep, that's right.
On the top of the hill.
My
nice and clean.
foot was going in the sinkhole. It was no good.
Yeah, that's right. That sinkhole. I forgot about that.
The College Football Hall of Fame has announced finalists for their ballot for the 2024 calendar year. Finalists include Michael Vick of Virginia Tech, Larry Fitzgerald, which I honestly don't even know where he played college. Pittsburgh. Terrell Suggs, who played at Arizona State. And a guy we know a little bit by the name of Monte Ball, who played at the University of Wisconsin. Jimmy, looking strictly at their college football careers of Suggs, Fitzgerald, Vick, and Ball, who had the most electric college football career?
Well, Vick. I mean, he played national championship game. I mean, he changed the complexion, draw a huge crowd there. I mean, he was electricity the second he took the ball. And in college, and he was able to do it in the pros too, which was special, but in college, to be able to be that explosive with the football in your hands or with your legs, it doesn't have the same consequences it has in the NFL. He literally was just dominating games as a one-man wrecking crew. It was amazing to watch. All those guys are outstanding. We all love Monte, but Michael Vick.
Yeah, I agree with you. Michael Vick's the one that sticks out in my head. He changed quarterback at the NFL level and also at the college level. He was like one of the first running back quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So he changed the game. That being said, Monte Ball, pretty incredible run. I think he had was it him that had like the record for most yards in a FBS game?
That was Melvin, but he has a touchdown record.
The touchdown record. Okay, I knew Monte had one of the two. So like, it's impressive. Monte, I think, has no career that you're going to sneeze at, but I think Michael Vick might have him edged out.
Well, when you use the word electric, like kind of.
Yeah.
This ballot is absolutely unbelievable. Other names include Tim Couch, who played quarterback at Kentucky, Alex Smith, a number one overall pick, who played quarterback at Utah, Takeo Spikes, Julius Peppers, Eric Weddle, all on this ballot as well. This ballot is absolutely stacked. Pretty wild.
Yeah, sound stack.
Indeed.
Peppers, too.
How about this, fellas? Game 2 of the NBA Finals last night. Matt, who won?
Heat.
That's right. The series is knotted up at 1 game each. You both picked Nuggets in 5. Are we still feeling that? Matt, we'll start with you.
That is hilarious you said that, because when I walked in and asked Jim about it, because I did think that the game was played, Game 2 is tonight, and found out that it was played yesterday and the Heat had won, I am definitely rethinking my gentleman's sweep. I'm thinking I did not expect the Heat to be able to steal one in Denver. I think the Heat are definitely going to be able to get one of their 2 at home in Miami, so I'm kind of seeing a 6-game series now. Change my tune, Jim. 6 games.
Yeah, well, you're wishy-washy. I don't like it. Look, the Heat were going to get one. Duncan Robinson had a personal 8-0 run. He is not a good basketball player. He just got hot for a second. He got hot one game last series. The Heat were shown to be a lesser team. They just didn't get it. They obviously, Boston gave too much of a leeway there. I think this will be done in 5. I think Denver got their wake-up call. They had won a few in a row. I think they kind of found a groove they thought they could just kind of maintain. The Heat, I think, shot, 67% in the fourth quarter. That ain't happening.
It's like an NBA record for a fourth quarter playoff game.
I thought it would be 5 for a minute. I thought maybe it could be 4 because Denver won that first one. But human nature, you just dip for a second. It'll be 5.
Interesting. Last one for you fellas. Today, also National Moonshine Day.
Ooh.
When's the last time you had moonshine, Matt?
Honestly, the last time I had moonshine was when we were out at Dancing Goat Distilleries in Cambridge.
Oh, yeah.
We went back with the head distiller there, and I got to try a little bit of moonshine straight out of the still. Jim even got to watch me do it. It was,
yes.
It's actually delicious. I did not expect it to taste like that.
It was a place in Grafton this weekend. It was like a moon, their own moonshine, so it wasn't really moonshine. But I did actually, I'll say this, it was a long time ago. Down in Florida, I had a friend of a friend, but the people I knew this guy from the East Coast that came down through the Appalachian Mountains and brought moonshine that he picked up in the Appalachian Mountains down to Florida, and we all tried it. I might as well have just chugged the gasoline that goes into my lawnmower. But my whole body, I thought my organs were going to melt. But I would say that is the first and only time I've had true moonshine, because God knows what backwoods person made that in the Appalachian Mountains.
It's a terrific story. And yeah, moonshine will have that effect on you, buddy. That's how that goes typically.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, it was a rough day for you to begin with.
And it still is.
No, you get a W today.
There you go.
I needed that before
Matt
I
needed
left.
it bad, yeah.
Dude.
He was selling it hard.
I almost walked off the show after the second segment. I was like, I'm going back to the studio.
Where would you have walked to? Would you have gone to the right place? Does Jen need to give you your home address to get home? Or how does that work?
Well, she did ask me to come home tonight, so since she had verbally asked me, I will be able to.
Well, you know what? I'm sure that whenever you do need I know she's verbally told you that the folks at Olsen Tune are fantastic.
That's right. The people at Olsen Tune are great. Aaron Olsen came out to my place, helped me figure out what I needed to do to get my landscaping back on track. It got a little out of hand. I had buckthorn growing. I had weeds. Didn't know where to start.
What growing?
It's called buckthorn. It's an invasive tree. Grows very fast, and, man, the roots are serious. But not too serious for Olsen Tune. They got that all handled. I've got my landscaping is looking good again. We're talking about aerating this fall. Any sort of outdoor living situation that you want to improve, Olsen Tune can do it for you. Since 1997, they have been doing residential and commercial outdoor living spaces. Go online to olsentune.com. Check out what they can do for you and get yourself back on track, whether it's just maintaining and getting that maintenance a little more approachable for you, or you've got a whole outdoor patio project that you want to get done. Olsen Tune has your back. Go check them out. That's olsentune.com.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Miss any of the show? Find full show podcasts free on Wisconsin On Demand and wherever you get your podcasts. Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. I know it's only the beginning of June, but ESPN staff writer Jeff Borzello has college basketball on the mind.
Over at ESPNWisconsin.com, Borzello ranks the way too early top 25 for the upcoming college basketball season. The Badgers rank as the number 1 team next in line, 26th overall in Borzello's way too early rankings. The upside for the Badgers is they return the entirety of their starting lineup from a year ago. For the full rankings, which includes an in-state foe in the top 10, visit ESPNWisconsin.com.
Pella's window and door design options are virtually limitless. Customize your order by August 31st and you could bundle and save big at PellaWI.com.
The original hard iced tea started in 2001 in Cincinnati, Ohio. For Twisted Tea, the dream was simple. Brew a refreshing tea with flavors everyone loves and add a twist. With endless styles such as half and half, blueberry, peach, mango, and raspberry, you can always keep it twisted. Find Twisted Tea near you at twistedtea.com/locations. America parties with tea. Must be 21 or older to enjoy.
Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win a case of Twisted Tea's limited edition party pack. The summer party pack features the original half and half and peach flavors along with a new limited edition flavor, Twisted Tea Rocket Pop. The new style combines the flavors of the classic Rocket Pop popsicle, lemon lime cherry, and blue raspberry, punched up with a taste of authentic hard iced tea. Listen every Thursday at 2:45 for your chance to win some free beer, or in this case, some free Twisted iced tea. That's 2:45 every Thursday.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Ben Brust from Scalzo and Brust to tell you about one of my favorite teams in the area, Zimbrick European. For over 3 years, I've trusted them with my car buying process, and I'm never going anywhere else. From Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, their pre-owned and Sprinter vans, they have something for everyone. Don't drive something ordinary when you can drive something extraordinary. I love the sexiest car on the lot that I found this time, a nice Zimbrick Mercedes. Find what you love. Test drive, and they will make leasing affordable. Zimbrick European.
Join the fun and the friends of Madison School and Community Recreation for the 19th Annual Four Friends Golf Outing on Wednesday, July 19th at the Oaks Golf Course. Jesse Nelson here. Since 2003, the Friends of MSCR has raised over $500,000 to fund new programming, equipment, fee assistance, staff development, and more. You can support accessible recreation in Madison through sponsorship or by signing up for a foursome. Head to mscr.org/golf for more information and to register today.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors.
Stepping to you toe to toe. I should be scared, honey, maybe so. But I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive.
Ridgetop Exteriors, they provide the best quality roofs, windows, siding, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. They're the trusted and recommended experts that consider customer service their number one priority and strive to exceed the expectations of the homeowners they serve. I was out there talking with Bo. He was showing me all the different options you have, from doors, windows, different types of siding, different shingles. All of these things are customizable, and the best part is they also have customizable financing options. From zero interest to low interest financing options, Ridgetop Exteriors can help you getting your house back to the state that you would like to see it in. You can go online right now to ridgetopexteriors.com and get a free estimate for your next home project. That's ridgetopexteriors.com.
What if I told you that the self-proclaimed king of the NBA might be willing to be the third best player on his own team? What team do you think he's playing for, Matt Hamilton?
I think he is playing for Golden State.
He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Strofe, do you know the answer to this one?
No, can you ask that again?
If I told you that LeBron James, in his effort to win a title, is willing to be the third best player on his team, what team would he be going to?
Oh, the Phoenix Suns?
So, Shams from The Athletic on the Pat McAfee show, and he tweeted this out as well. Sources, Kyrie Irving has reached out to the Lakers star LeBron James in an attempt to see if James would join Dallas.
Whoa.
But LeBron's not worse than Kyrie.
Yeah, you look it up. Kyrie's a better basketball player at this point in his career than LeBron is. Yes, and
That's
definitely
silly.
worse
He
than
doesn't
Luka.
play.
Neither does LeBron if you look it up.
LeBron plays
missed
a hell of a lot more than Kyrie does, Jim.
No. I mean, no, like legitimately, Kyrie's a better player. That's not the point of it.
That's a
Because
horrible
LeBron
take.
would be the third best player on that team. If they went to win a title, LeBron would be the also-ran. He would be the Chris Bosh of that team.
Bad take.
But also, what a bad – I actually hope it happens because you want to talk about a guy showing his whole ass. If LeBron James bails on the Lakers to go to Dallas, I would eat it up because it shows exactly who he is. He has no loyalty to anyone but himself. And a team of Kyrie and LeBron, I feel bad for Luka. Because those two me guys.
Here's my.
Because you know what, though? The one thing I'll say this, though,
issue
Kyrie Irving is the only reason LeBron James has got one of his titles. Because when the shot needed to be made, who took it and who drained it? Kyrie.
Okay, aside from the obvious in that take, I don't necessarily disagree with it entirely. The part that I'm disagreeing with is your call on that, the whole loyalty thing. We are clearly to a point where athletes and teams don't have loyalty anymore.
No, LeBron doesn't have
There
loyalty
is
to
no
anyone else, but you know
loyalty
who
about
you have loyalty to, because I see you wear it all the time, is our friends at Iron Jock.
That's right, because I like to be feeling fresh and smelling fresh for as long as my garment lasts. That's right, Iron Jock, the Wisconsin-based company.
Garment?
Garment?
I like it. It was just fancy.
Yeah. It's a very nice garment, and it keeps that the odor off you because it's got silver ion technology. The silver acts as a antimicrobial, keeps all of that stuff off you. Make sure you're feeling fresh. Go to ironjock.com to get your Iron Jock gear today. Iron Jock, it's what's inside that matters.
Ain't nobody so fresh, so clean as Matt Hamilton. This has been Rutledge and Hamilton. Thanks for having us out here at Maple Bluff for Madison for Kids and the American League of Wisconsin.
Hey, before we go, Jimmy, still not my fault. Send me a text.